Hey everybody, welcome to the dungeon. And this is Lampworking 101.27. Today what we're going to do is kind of a circusy looking bead. We're going to work on a little bit of texture. Well, I call it the circus bead because it's like a circus. It really is. At least for me, it seems like it's an ordeal. This should be a really great bead. I hope you guys enjoy it. On that note, let's go ahead and get started. We'll see you on another episode. Thanks for watching, you guys. Yeah, this is a pretty cool bead. And how we're going to start out is by making one of the elements. I need to make a tricolor cane here. And just to make a simple one, I just stick to maybe an inch worth of rod together. And I will continue to kind of like heat it up, add it, and melt it to it the best that I can. Then I kind of marver it out. And I will take the ends off and replace them with some steel punties, some old mandrels. And very slowly, it's all about the heat. It's all about the heat and then how you pull it out. You start twisting first, and then you make your pull once you get that twist going. Right now, it's, at that very first second, it's not straight out, it's kind of looped down. You can't really see it from this angle, but it loops down a little bit, and then I start to stretch it out. This one didn't come out great, but I can still use most of it. In fact, this is the one I'm going to use. I love this one. It came out awesome. Okay, there's our cane. Now let's make the bead. The color I'm using here is a turquoise, a darker turquoise. And if you're not careful, this color will reduce very easily on you if you don't have the proper flame, and it'll kind of give you a darker look. So be careful if you use this color just because of that. And what I'm going to build up here is a bicone. I start with my length, and then what I do here is just mimic the bicone using these 3 wraps. It's not going to turn out funky because it's the same color as the background. It's all the same color. So I kind of make the form of a bicone, if you see that here. And that will help me to heat up and get the shape that I need to start out. And watch this first roll. See how high that bicone goes? It really pushes over a lot to one side. And it's the next couple rolls. There's my wand getting in the way. On these next couple rolls is where you're going to smooth that out and bring it down slower and slower and continue to heat and roll. But the one thing I haven't done is overheat the very ends. That's important. Now that we have our bicone shape, we are going to go ahead and add some ends to this. And again, if you're having trouble with the bicone, you could check out my 7 Simple Beads series. It's in there. And I have the black cane. I'm adding just a little bit on the ends. And here I'm just doing my best to roll it out as nicely as possible and keep it straight and just looking good. Okay, here comes one of, this is a really cool part. So let's add that triple color cane. I just heat the end and stick it to my bead, but you want to make sure your bead is nice and warm and preheated before you do this, because what you're really doing here is heating underneath that cane and slightly on the bead and laying the cane down very slowly. Well, not here, obviously, but you should be able to gently heat that all the way up and melt it all the way in. Well, no, don't melt it all the way in because we have more to do here. All right, here's where we're gonna rake it out. So I just wanna rake like halves and halves. And I have this neat little dental pick here, tool. It works out really nice. And I will just heat up and rake every other side. I don't want to heat and rake too close to the previous side because then things will melt a little too much, and I want to have some texture on this bead. And then we'll do the opposite on the other side. Do be careful of the end of your tool getting too hot. If it does, just dip it in a little bit of water and continue. All right, now we're gonna go ahead and start working on these ends, and I'm just covering up those little pulled down areas with some dots, turquoise dots. And from there, what we're gonna do is use a nice thick black stringer, and I just wanna make a band of black from the center of this bead to kind of half and half it out. And there I just kind of pulled that little string off there to even things out. And this time I'm just gonna, just roll it off on the table, use whatever I can real quick. Again, I don't really want everything to melt in. Now on top of our black band, we're gonna add some nice, I call it the cotton candy of the bead. For some reason, these little bits I'm putting here in the center, when I'm finished, it just reminds me of cotton candy. The whole bead reminds me of candy. I don't know. It's just like very carnival, circusy, cotton candy. This is one of those beads that you just look at and go, good. I could eat that thing. Okay, so what color I'm using here is, I'm not really sure. I do believe it is that bubblegum pink that I bought. I have to review that color. And we're just gonna add a few dots here and there, just to finish the ends off a little bit more. And then we want to add, or I want to add, some nice big clear dots on top of those center sections. And we are done. This thing looks cool. Ready for the carnival to start. Thanks for watching, guys. See you next time.